moving forward today with what is it that opposes you from getting to that finish line that you want for yourself at the end of 2022. It's one of the biggest topics I think that people, they're aware of, but not aware of all at the same time. And that topic is judgment. It's like everybody fears it and everybody does it all at the same time. And I get it. But if we judge people, we will not get to point B. We have to recognize it. It's opposing you. And that's why I say it, because whatever opposes you is always an opportunity. Always an opportunity. I want to encourage you to look at it that way, see it that way. And with judgment just means that we're making an assumption. That's the best way to look at it. So I just like to say, let's just call it for what it is. It's making an assumption about something or someone that you don't actually know. Therefore, is it true? No. It's just a judgment. That's why I say that's opposing you from getting to where you actually want to go. Because it's the thinking that's got you sucked into a way of thinking, and it's placed a fear in you because you're like at the end of the day, it's like, if how you think about others, do you actually want them to think that way about you? That's the question. And because if you fear it, then that means you're doing it. But if you don't do that, you won't fear it. And I even know for myself, it's like, for example, I am not an early person and I'm not a late person. I'm right on time. If the meeting starts at 10, I want to be there, ready, in my chair, whatever the case may be, at 10, ready to go, ready to have a meeting. Now, when people are late, that used to just drive me bonkers. And I would judge the person because I would always think, well, they just don't even respect my time. Like, oh my gosh, all these thoughts would go through my head. And I remember the day where I had to get honest with myself and say, Andrea, the way you're thinking about that person right now, do you want them to think that about you? And I just kind of went, oh, because I'm not perfect. I haven't been at every meeting on time. There may have been 900 obstacles that got me stuck on the way to a meeting, as an example. A lot of times it was my own lack of time management that would make me late to a meeting, but I still don't want somebody to judge me because I'm not good at time management. And that reality changed for me. Changed how I looked at other people. I don't know people's circumstances. People don't know my circumstances. I don't know what they've walked through, what they've been through. I don't know what's happened in their day. It's like, how I'm sure a lot of you have experienced this. It's like you talk to somebody, you had plans with somebody and you talk to them and something devastating actually happened in their day. And then that made it okay. But even if something devastating didn't happen in their day, but the person's struggling through something, and it can be something like myself, time management. For me, that's whenever I was late, it was always due to time management. It was always my own fault. I was trying to do 2 more things before I got out the door for my meeting. That's just something I needed to learn myself. And I share that with you because that's how judgment starts and can stay there. And I don't want that to stay there for you because I already know that you don't want people to judge you. I know that you don't. I know that your intentions is to do the right thing. It's to do the right thing. And do you screw up? Absolutely you do. You're human, same as me. But it's the willingness to learn from it. And it's understanding that that's the responsibility that is on the table for both you and I. That's the difference that's going to get you from point A to point B every single time, is taking that responsibility, understanding it's like, whoa, if I judge somebody, it's coming back to me. I don't want somebody to look at me when I walk into a meeting late. And I also don't want to walk in like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then I tell a lie. I didn't want to admit that I actually had to squeeze 2 more tasks into my day. I don't want that to happen to you. It's just time that we take responsibility and call judgment for what it is. It's assuming. We don't know. We don't know what goes on in people's lives. We don't know what goes on in people's situations. We don't know unless the person tells us. So let's just let it all go. Be responsible for ourselves. Do our best to be integral people and move forward from your current destination to that vision you have set for yourself at the end of 2022. I'm telling you, if you get rid of judgment by now to the end of 2023 will be a completely different year for you.